Okay, class, here are your notes for angles. What I would do is, as I go to each slide, go ahead and pause it, copy it down, and then you can go ahead and listen, or hopefully you'll listen to my explanation on each one. Now, vertical angles are created when you have, say, two parallel lines, and then another straight line. It has to be a straight line, which that didn't look like a straight line, but try that again. You have another straight line that cuts through them. So the angles that are opposite of each other are called vertical angles. And this line right here means that these angles are congruent, that they're equal to each other. Now, this little curve that I'm drawing just means there's an angle in there. This line, again, means equal to each other. So opposite angles or vertical angles, you'll find them just right across from each other. So that also means that the angles right here, let me redo that again, right here are equal to each other. So I'll put two lines to represent that they are equal to each other. That also means that down here, these two angles would be equal to each other, okay? Next we have corresponding angles, which are angles that are also created when there's two parallel lines and then a transversal straight line comes through them. Again, you have angles in the same position. If you look here, these angles are in the same position. Again, they're equal. And then the one across would be equal to this one. They're in the same position. Think of it as steps. This one would be equal to this one. If I had a third line down here, these three would be equal to each other. Same thing here. I go down a step, that one's equal. Go down a step, that one's equal also. Now, right here we have what's called alternate interior angles. Now again, I have two parallel lines, the transversal. Now, right here I have this area inside. That's the interior, in between the two parallel lines. Now, alternate means when you're going back and forth. Well, right here, I'm going to alternate from this angle to that angle. See how they're across from each other but on opposite sides. Those two are equal, meaning these two are also equal. Then we have alternate exterior angles. Now, right now I just showed you the inside of the two parallel lines. Well, that's here. Well, I also have what's outside. This is the exterior. Alternate exterior angles would be these two angles right here, which are equal to each other, then these two. Again, on opposite sides on the outside. Okay? And then finally we have what's called consecutive interior angles. Angle A and angle B, when they are created by two parallel lines and a transversal or a straight line that cuts through them, when you add them together, you'll get 180, which should make sense, class, because this angle is equal to this angle. This one is equal to that one. So if I was to take this one, A, and this one, and then remove this piece right here, I would have just that section right there. So let me go ahead and color that, say green. Well, what is the angle of a straight line? 180 degrees. So if I removed all that. So it makes sense when I tell you that if you put them together, you get 180. And the same thing happens over here. C and D, when you put them together, you get 180. And let me go